this is a guy who just has not made a lot of songs that sound like Not Like Us.
That record was so unimpactful that it almost doesn't affect him because people don't even know it exists.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
It's good to remind everybody that Kendrick can make songs nobody cares about as well.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel again. It's your boy Goods, XY. You already know the vibes, man. Listen, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, violate that like button. We gonna get straight into it, man. Listen, DJ Akademiks calls into Adam 22's show. So now we got the Glaze Unit General, and we got Adam 22ster, aka the 16ster, and we also got Lush, who just co-signs everything. It's kind of weird, man. Akademiks just feels the need to try to fight the war for Drake. If you really look at what's been going on, Kendrick has been silent. Kendrick has not said a damn thing. Aside from him saying what he said in the Super Bowl ad, Kendrick has not said a damn thing. And for the most part, Drake has not said a damn thing, because all Drake does is send out subliminals and do passive-aggressive shit. Like unfollowing celebrities, wearing certain clothing, commenting on streams. Like, Drake is butthurt about this, and for somebody that's so unbothered, he has been showing us how bothered he actually is. But at the same time, Drake doesn't have to say much, because when you got people like Akademiks and all these other guys who are on the Glaze Unit fighting for you online and creating narratives and throwing jabs at Kendrick for you, why do you need to fight anything at all? It's almost like all these guys just sitting here trying to get his loyalty. Like, look at me, I'm defending you online. Like, got it, man. What the f we doing, man? But look, let's get to the video.
Hey, but what do you think of my assessment that the Drake side of the Republicans and the Kendrick side of the Democrats?
So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to turn this into a political angle, right? So turning this into political angle, now they're trying to say that Kendrick fans are basically Democratic supporters and Drake fans are basically Republican supporters, aka Trump. At one side is Kamala. This is the stupidest shit ever, but this is what guys who try to spin a narrative do. So now this is like an angle to turn this into a political thing. So if you are on that side, this is the side you kind of choose. You know, and Akademiks for the most part on his streams has been, you know, mentioning a lot of political shit, like basically like making it known what side he's on. And his stream is full of a lot of people that follow his shit, like to the T. I mean, religiously. But let's continue.
Hey, yo, I just seen that, and I'm like, yo, listen, man, no matter what they say about Adam, man, this is why I do watch you, because you are logical. I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. That was a great, when you said it, I'm like, I wish I said that. No, but I'm gonna tell you why you're right. Because, like, I mean, exactly what you expounded about, you know, when it comes to like everybody who likes Kendrick, it's like, oh, let's, you know, it's more of like a Democrat. By the way, they frame everybody who supports Drake as like how they talk about Trump supporters. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you guys are nuts. You guys are supporting this other bullshit.
Now, let's not let that fly over our heads a little bit too much, because in some ways this is correct, right? Because you have one side, this guy's been impeached, accused of like some pretty bad things, accused of groping women, accused of disrespecting women, assault, all types of things. You know, this guy's been accused of a lot of things. And on the other side, you haven't heard any of those things. So yeah, in that sense, it is kind of true, because on this side, you have a guy who got the weird stuff, and let's not sugarcoat it. We talking about the weird stuff that he's done, the weird allegations, all the weird stuff that he's being accused of. And this is what these guys are supporting. And when he says like these guys are supporting this, yeah, this is what you're supporting at the end of the day. And I think that's why people look at it in a weird way. But these guys don't see it, because all they have is tunnel vision with their drizzy.
You're completely right with that, even though, you know what I mean, I just don't think that's the same correlation, but it's exactly how people see the hip hop.
Yeah, and I think that the counter narrative to a lot of the sort of elitism that has come along with what Kendrick has been putting out there is basically like, y'all are idealists who want music that isn't inherently reacting with the people to be more popular than the music that actually is reacting with the people. Whereas if you're a Drake fan, you're just acknowledging like, yeah, all this shit that is really, you know, apparently extremely popular with people, we think it is good, and we think.
Look at Lush. Lush don't even care what's going on right now. He's just waiting for Adam to stop talking so he could agree. They don't do nothing else but agree on this show, bro. Like, everything Adam say, yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point, Adam. That's a great point.
think that the fact that it is popular is enough of a reason for us to praise it.
For sure.
Even beyond our own personal.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam.
I'm gonna tell you why a Kamala supporter is basically like a Kendrick fan, because essentially, if you are excited, and there's a bunch of people excited for Kamala, right?
Right.
Not realizing that maybe she wasn't a president, but she was pretty much in office for the last 4 years. She had a position in the administration, right? And they feel something is gonna change. Just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kendrick dropped that last song that nobody remembers.
Bingo.
He's like, yo, we gotta change hip hop.
This is what's so funny about Ak. This is how you know Ak is just not from the culture. Ak looks at this shit from outside. Like, this is an outside view that Ak is reporting on. Like, to say that he released this track that everybody forgot, what do you want to be remembered? Do you want some shit that you could dance to? That's what signifies a track that you can remember. Like, these guys really just look at this at a surface level and don't really understand what's going on. Kendrick dropped a song with a message, but that's kind of what people need right now. And the message was for people like you and doing what you're doing right now, which is spreading propaganda for salary. Like, that's what you're doing right now. You're literally proving everything that he's saying. That's fact. But I digress. Let's continue.
And this is gonna happen. Here's the thing. Kendrick kind of says this every 4 years.
Yeah, go Lush again. Oh, yeah.
You get
Every
what I'm saying?
4 years.
Like, you know, Kendrick has the pop out, features, you know, gangs this and third, and then on the next song he says, yo, people who is doing bullshit in the communities. He's kind of almost describing gangs. He's saying, we got to get those people out of there.
Now, I don't get it. What's wrong with the message? Like, what's really wrong with the message? Like, what should Kendrick have not done? Is there not a message in there for them as well? Is there not a message in there for everyone? Like, I don't really understand. Like, do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Like, what do you do? Like, what? It's crazy. And these are the guys that people go to for hip hop analysis. You're literally out here fighting battles for Drake, which is crazy to me.
He doesn't necessarily support what he represents, right? We don't see him feature with other conscious rappers that are maybe like in the realm of his, you know what I mean? If they don't have a name.
Yeah, where's the Russell feature? Where's the Russell feature?
Yo, Lush, shut up. Shut up, Lush. LaRussell is dope, though. I do tell you that. LaRussell is dope.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholehearted. But again, this is the thing, and for everybody who likes Kamala, it's about the feeling of what they're saying that makes you feel good rather than actually believing things are going to change. Like right now, I think a lot of people support Kamala, but the thing is, she makes us feel good. I don't know if she's going to do anything that's going to make it good, right? Trump doesn't make us feel good. And those people who like Kendrick, it kind of reminds them of that, yo, we're going back to this culture where bars matter. Yo, bars matter. We're going to go to this ethical culture where drill music is out of here. Like, he's kind of almost talked about that. What's that line he has in the song? He says like pillow talking, I'm causing like culture wars or neighborhood wars.
I thought you said nobody remembered the song. Why you quoting it, dog? If we don't remember the song and nobody knows what he dropped, why you quoting it, dog? Oh, it's because you butthurt because you knew that he was talking about people like you. Oh, all right, got it.
He was kind of almost talking about the culture, which is, hey, listen, music is a 360 view. Whatever someone says in music, they go on an interview, they go on No Jumper, they talk about, but their life reflects that, and it's all like this 360 view of, yeah, if they're making drill music, yeah, something might happen in real life. He basically was saying, let's abolish it, except I don't think he's just blowing hot air.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Lush, man. They don't get Lush the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he could be doing a lot more to like institute the type of rap scene that he is apparently advocating
Shit,
for.
he didn't pop out. He ain't helped nobody from the pop out as of late.
Bruh, this narrative right here is the crazy one. What do y'all expect from Kendrick after the pop out? Do you expect him to jump off stage and help everybody from the pop out? Feature with everybody from the pop out? Y'all worry about people on the pop out. What about Drake's OVO artists? How they doing over there? Are they doing any better? Like, come on, man. Let's be honest here, man. Are they doing any better? Or are they in the sweatshop just writing for Drake? They don't even get to be artists. They're like, yo, we got to get that next Drake single out. No, y'all know the beef just happened. We got to get that single out. So whatever y'all got, if it was your single, it's Drake's single now. Send it to Aubrey.
We haven't seen nobody pop out with a Kendrick feature.
And if he were to put out a project and give a verse to any of those dudes who are up there, their career is all of a sudden like made off of that one
100%.
feature, and we don't really see that.
Matter of fact, we never even got that Not Like Us remix we were promised featuring LA rappers. What happened with that?
Who the fuck said that was coming out? Yo, what are these dudes talking about?
And by the way, have we ever seen a rapper who basically, he used culture, he used traditions, he used, the togetherness and the collectiveness and the unity of even some of the gangs within LA to get to the spot. Obviously, he did his own thing with the song, and a lot of people say he won the beef.
A lot of people say he won the beef, bro. The denial is wild, man. Like it's almost like when you thought Akademiks has finally come around and realized what the fuck is going on. He just shows you like he ain't learned shit and he don't know shit anyway. Like, a lot of people say he won the beef. Just say he won the damn beef, bro. Now you over here spinning this narrative about him using the culture. Using the culture to do what? How do you use the culture? I don't understand. I don't get that part, bro. But again, these are narratives that are being spun, and this is the aim of it. The aim is to try to make you feel these kind of ways about it.
He has zero presence. Like, even the guys in there, no one's like, yo, why you ain't tweet my album out? Yo, why you ain't just throw me up on the story? Why can't I? Yo, there's zero requirements. Nothing.
No finger play.
Hip hop history.
Yeah.
Yo, usually when you get to that spot where you have all the Infinity Stones, people start with what you didn't do for them, as opposed to, I don't need nothing from you. Like, he's the only rapper I've never seen people expect handouts or expect him to repay any type of loyalty to.
This how you know Akademiks don't come from nowhere. All relationships ain't transactional, dog. Like, when you got respect and you solid in a certain area, it ain't gotta be transactional, dog. I got people that's gonna ride. Like, if I'm like, yo, like, yeah, it's happening. Like, they with it. They don't need to tally that up and say, you owe me one. That's the different superficial relationships that these people have. Y'all got relationships with people to where when you do something, they tally it up, expecting something in return. All relationships ain't transactional, dog, and that's where you missing the point. You think just because Kendrick or these dudes cool with Kendrick and they hanging around, that mean he gotta do something for him. If you ask me, there's a lot of people out there who don't want you to give them no handout and don't want you to do nothing for them. But that's how you know Akademiks ain't from shit, because he's sitting over here talking about this shit like it's supposed to be a transactional kind of thing. What, you came on the pop-up, you came on stage at the pop-up, and now I owe you? Nah, bro, like, you making your own lane, but guess what? You showed love at the pop-out. That was your opportunity to get yourself out there. These dudes, man, they not from nowhere, so they don't understand, bro. Like, for you to say that, come on, man. And Brick Baby know better than this. You should know that all these relationships ain't transactional, dog.
Because it's such a blessing to even be associated with the name of this, bestowed presence of Kendrick Lamar.
But we've all seen that dynamic over the years, that when you're around an artist who's really, truly lit, people will be so thankful to even be in the same room as him. Like, most of those artists on Opium never got a Cardi feature, and they're so thankful regardless, because Cardi is so huge that they're just thankful as fuck to even be associated with him in any way, that they don't even hold him to the same standard that they would expect of like a normal human being.
Facts.
You got nothing to add, Lush? Just facts. Yes, Mr. Adam. You're right, Mr. Adam. 100%.
A little baby that features on all his artist shit.
Kendrick now, I promise you that he could just like instantly make popular. Like, this is mainstream. Yep. Bro, he could snap a finger. This is like Thanos with all 5 Infinity Stones, and he's like, I'll wait till Super Bowl till my album drops. Like, nothing. We haven't seen a little bit more progress on the West Coast. You gotta blame Kendrick a little bit. But here's the thing. I keep calling him hip-hop Jesus.
They treat him like Jesus, right? Like, because, okay, that's one thing I always say when I have an argument about religion, is I'll say, listen, in the Bible, it's full of all these examples of God making his presence so unbelievably obvious to people that of course they're going to believe in God. My entire lifetime, I've never seen anything that overtly made me believe that but people who are Christians will say, you're expecting too much of Jesus if you think that he's just going to make it obvious to you that he exists. And people are like that with Kendrick too, where it's like, we feel like it would make sense for him to take part in some pretty obvious, like, examples or symbolic gestures to make it clear that he really wants hip hop to change in this way. And people think that he's so important that you can't even ask for the bare minimum from him.
The man just released a song with a whole message about what he feels and how he feels about hip hop and the state of everything that you guys are doing right now. Like, these guys are the epitome of just spewing talking points out there to try to defend your side. Like, it's all they're doing at this point. They're trying to defend their side, and it's looking more and more just ridiculous. It's looking ridiculous, and it's just looking desperate.
Max, Kendrick ain't getting nobody pregnant without fucking him, period. You feel me? Like,
Hey, let me tell you.
period. You feel me? Like,
Hey, let me tell you.
Look at all those chickens.
The anti-industry, he's still to fight the power. I'm protesting in front of the police, stepping on people's necks. When in reality, Kendrick kind of seems like, in the large scheme of things, like he's part of the program. He just has the people's support.
Bruh, Drake got it made, bruh. He don't gotta fight no battles. He could have just stayed quiet this whole beef, bruh. He could have dropped his song and just stayed quiet the whole beef, bruh, and it just would have been Akademiks fighting for him, yo. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is actually pretty wild.
Like, I mean, it's interesting how Kendrick has convinced us that he is anti-industry, while every industry facet that recognizes hip-hop holds him up to a level and awards him and compliments him for being, this like deity, like he's like God.
And that's the greatest trick that Kendrick ever played, was convincing the world.
Nah, Kendrick just out here playing tricks. Like, bruh, if y'all gonna just be mad at what Kendrick is doing, just be mad at it. Just be mad at it. Because y'all really trying to flip this angle to y'all shit, and it's looking sadder than ever, dog. Y'all looking sad out here.
now, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a racist.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. It's the same exact trick. Yeah,
Exactly. And
we've been watching the Republicans do that our whole lives, where it's like, oh, you support George W. Bush? Well, he's a hate monger.
Right.
And it's like years have
fuck
gone
him
by,
being a hate
and it's
monger.
kind of hard to justify that opinion. It's like you go back and you watch a video of George Bush and you'll be like, why the fuck did we all believe that this guy was this racist nincompoop?
And not only that, you as a supporter are now a racist, because it's not just he's a racist, now you are as a
Well,
supporter.
you could point to Bush, but we're not going to do that right now.
No,
That's a long
Yeah,
conversation.
there's ups and downs. Yeah.
Hey, as I'm saying, man, I'm watching. Kendrick is giving a master class in how to co-opt culture. And once you've co-opted culture, to have them believe that you are leading them and you're operating in a way that, hey, you're like some holistic, I'm only doing it for the people.
I mean, Drake has always been pretty transparent about his desire to be the best, whereas Kendrick keeps his ambitions under wraps.
That's what I'm saying. Kendrick came in like with this whole holistic agenda, like you said.
Yeah.
Jay, we already knew. He came, reasonable doubt, he sold more crack than any rapper in history damn near on that album.
Yeah.
So
I feel bad for the West Coast artists who probably, like, this is how great, again, Kendrick's just done a great job. They probably look like an asshole to even ask for a feature because they know he's not going to give it. So you can't ask Jesus for shit. You got to wait till he gives you. You get what I'm saying? You remember back in the day, like Meek and like Dirk would be like, fuck these niggas. They won't even tweet my album. Because like rappers do feel like that. They expect shit. Except with Kendrick, it's like everyone has the patience of, you don't ask Kendrick for shit. He gives you when you are ready and you deserve it.
imagine Absol snapping on Kendrick the way that Meek did to Wale when he didn't
Come
tweet
on,
his album.
let's not say that Drake doesn't do the same thing, though. You can't ask Drake for shit.
They all sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, that's not what the show is about. Were you going against Drake right now? You're trying to have an opposing point right now? Lush looking at him like, yo, don't you dare do this to the Adam.
Are you ready? You deserve it?
It's kind of true.
He just does more.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
He fucks with more young artists. He fucks with more artists he doesn't have any real association with. But
Is it fucking with young artists really? Oh shit, fucking with young artists. Oh, that could mean something else. I ain't say it. Adam said it. Is he really giving people opportunities, or is he capitalizing on what they have going on? Because we see Drake collab with other artists, but we usually see Drake collab with other artists when they're basically at a certain level, and they're getting there, you know? And everybody was referring to it at one point as a stimulus package or whatever. But if you're doing songs with artists that are on the come up in certain areas to try to capitalize on the sound that they have, are you helping at that point? I'm just saying.
Keep in
To
mind,
steal their style.
how many
before it
songs
becomes
has
popular.
Kendrick put out with what's his name? The motherfucker he signed, Baby Keem, versus like working with like other random ass artists from LA that he believes in. You know, he chooses to save the sauce for his artists that he's profiting from.
And Keem's his family, right? That's like his family member.
Yo,
It's like-
very unpopular opinion, and I'm gonna let you guys keep cooking because I'm watching now. Listen, very unpopular opinion. Kendrick's whole thing with Drake was fueled by jealousy. He wanted to be the guy who has the most, I'm not going to call it clout, but like the number one rapper. And I do think if he drops an album now, he would outsell Drake if Drake dropped an album now. He finally, but he never wanted to do the things that Drake did. Like Drake would find a new artist, hop on their, like, you know,
Exactly.
collaborate, hop on their wave.
Keyword right there is find a new artist, jump on their wave. Yeah, you got that part right. Drake has done this numerous amount of times. He jumps on their wave, and what happens to those said artists? Do we know where Block Boy JB's at right now? Like, what happens to those artists? Where's Smiley? Where's I Love McConan? Where are these guys? We keep talking about this damn Drake does this for small artists, and Drake does that. Y'all talking about shit on the surface level. Like, Kendrick doesn't have to go jump on every single person's track in LA to make it seem like something to make y'all feel better about yourselves, bro. Like, that just ain't how it works. However he decides to do what he does is how he decides to do what he does. We all know the name of the game is quality over quantity. And obviously on the other side, that's not the strategy there. The strategy is put out whatever you can to stay relevant. And that's a terrible way to have longevity in hip hop. But y'all do y'all thing.
Kendrick has always just been on, I'm not compromising this woke shit. I'll do a few things, but not as much as him. And his whole battle was saying, Drake, you're biting culture by doing the things that it took you to get number one. But secretly, I felt from control, he wanted to be number one. Okay, now you're number one. How do you play it? Listen, there is no Jesus on earth currently. So over time, the people will see something. They will see something that reveals his true color. It might just take a while.
When you try to virtue signal, you're basically inviting everybody to come poke holes in this persona that you've invented for yourself. So I feel like with Kendrick's next project, it's just going to be like held to such a crazy bar because so many people are paying attention to it and expecting certain things from him. And it's going to be blatantly obvious if he doesn't deliver. The same way that last song having like basically no impact, the lack of impact stood out so much.
Just say you ain't understand the song, man. I would respect that more. Just say you ain't understand it. Say you was not able to unpack the lyrics. You did not know what it meant. You did not know what it meant to the people. You do not know what it meant to the culture. Just say you don't know what impact they made. Then to sit here and say, oh, it made no impact at all. Says who, nigga? Who? Why? Because it's not being played in the clubs? Do you think that Kendrick released that song to be played the way you think that a successful song should be played? Come on, man. The damn song is untitled. What do you think it was for? You think it was a single? Like, this is where these guys don't understand what the fuck they're talking about.
Because of how gigantic Not Like Us was, and it's almost like everybody forgot how this is a guy who just has not made a lot of songs that sound like Not Like Us.
That record was so unimpactful that it almost doesn't affect him because people don't even know it exists.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
It's good to remind everybody that Kendrick can make songs nobody cares about as well.
Shit he just dropped was
Kendrick says there's the superpower of Drake has been neutralized. I think Kendrick has a superpower right now. We just don't know if it exists if he's not battling or he's not beefing with Drake. He's going to just try this angle he tried on the last song. He's just trying to do a catchier version. Yo, I'm here to save the culture. If we're talking about forward progress, Kendrick is trying to revert the culture or trying to fool people by thinking that he could create a time that hip hop was like glorious and we could go back to it. It'll never get back there.
All right, man. So that was just a lot of hater shit. Obviously, it's what we expect from Akademiks. It's what we expect from Adam, and it's what we expect from Lush, man. I mean, they just sat there and basically spewed a whole bunch of different theories, a whole bunch of different narratives. And the narrative is now that Kendrick Lamar thinks he's saving the people. His record that he posted, the record that he last put out, didn't do anything, means nothing, and everybody forgot it. That's basically their angle. And listen, if that's the angle they want to choose, it's all good. Choose the angle. But the people can see right through the shit. People know what these songs mean. People know what these records mean. People know the underlying messages in these records. And if you want to frame it as Kendrick Lamar is, you know, trying to be the voice of the people or whatever, so be it. So be it. Because at the end of the day, like, the people definitely need a voice. But this is all about the culture, and the culture is something that these guys do not understand. So I don't even expect them to understand what the fuck they talking about right now. And it's all good. If y'all don't know what y'all talking about, y'all just don't know. And it's all good, man. But let me know how you feel about this conversation they just had. Let me know how you feel about the points they just made, man. If you got anything to say about that, hit me up in the comment section. Y'all already know what it is. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Violate that like button for your boy. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Goods, XY, Big Z. You know the vibes. Let's go.